Director Krennic. As a director of advanced weapons research for the Imperial military, Director Krennic is obsessed with the completion of a long-delayed Death Star project. A cruel but brilliant man, Krennic has staked his reputation on the delivery of the functional battle station to the Emperor. Hello, and welcome back to Centurion's Corner. And today I'm bringing you a review of Director Krennic. So, another addition to my collection. I'm an Imperial lover, so that's definitely worth a pickup. It will go very well with Thrawn and Tarkin. And I got him from XX stock again for $9.99. So I think again, quite a bit of a bargain. So we're starting with his box first. Just a standard Black Series box. Picture of Krennic down here. On the side. Kind of Krennic written in there, but it's taken out by the window. Number 27 in the collection. Same picture on the back with his bio. So, without further ado, let's crack him open. And here he be in his blister pack. So I'm just going to do the first impressions of the figure. Have a little quick look over him, see if I'm impressed with him. And then I'll go and have a look and take a few pictures, and I'll come back for his review. So let's have a look. I'll leave accessories for the time being. Here's his cape. His face sculpt looks fine. Also, he's got a very strange back. It's a bit bowed in. But it seems quite solid. And yeah, looks a bit duck-like, I think, at the moment. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I've gone through Director Krennic with a fine tooth comb, and we're going to have a little closer look at him now, and we'll start with his accessories. So he comes with a cape. It's a strong vinyl cape. It's not quite like obviously quite a lot of the other Black Series. They come with an actual normal cloth cape, and actually I'm a fan of these type of capes sometimes, because I think sometimes you just got the figure, if you're just standing them on the shelf, there's no sort of playing around with a bit of cloth. That just never sits right. And with this one here, they definitely got the look of the actual cape fine. Now, I used to do a bit of cosplay back in the day, so when I watch these films, I do look at some of the materials that they're made. And watching Rogue One, you can see that the material that it's used is very like a kind of like a rainproof material. It's very sort of a thick kind of covering for his uniform, and even down to his actual vest as well. It's a lot more, it looks more heavier than sort of what Tarkin was wearing. Tarkin kind of looks like a polyester sort of like cotton mix, when this one, it's very sort of like a canvas. It's very sort of like a weighty material, and I think they got that into the cape here with the sort of extra patching and the line sort of for the detailing, and I think they've done quite a good job with it, really, to be honest. Just sort of sits right, and they got like the rain mat kind of look over the top, down for the stitching and around, and the folds. I think it does work. I think it's quite a good cape. Now the other accessory he comes with is his blaster. I do find it's a bit odd with this his holster. I couldn't work it out the way it should be, because he has got the scope on there, but it kind of creases into the holster. So I kind of thought it might just sit on the outside, but then that looks kind of odd, and then pushing it in just feels really awkward. So it's not a very nice holster. The gun, it's got a paint app on there, but it's very kind of like a basic paint job. It's just a very sort of like grey metallic look with the kind of like a wood stock underneath, but it just doesn't sort of spark wow. It just looks a bit of like a plastic toy gun, which is a shame because I feel like some of these other ones, they do well on there and then they cop out on some of the figures. And considering he hasn't got a lot of paint apps on him, you think it could go onto the gun. So Krennic himself, he feels fine, and we'll talk about his sculpting. So I think his face is quite a good likeness of the actor. I wasn't a really big fan of Krennic in Rogue One. I always thought he was a bit of a whiner. You know, he wasn't exactly like a Tarkin. But I think they definitely got his looks down to a T. He's got the paint apps on his belt going around. Got a nice little gloss look to it. And down to his legs. He's got nice gloss boots. Gloss hands. It's a bit strange as well. He's got obviously he's got a trigger hand in both sides, which is a bit odd. So he's just got these two little clawing fingers. But overall, the sculpt feels good. It does. He's got a very sort of strange dent in his back here. It's very sort of like an odd feeling for his back. I thought it might be a case of because of the cape, the way it has to sit, but obviously it bows inwards, so the shoulders stick out and the cape just sits on them. So yeah. Well, the next we go for, we're going to look at his posability. So he's got a simple neck rotation. He can look down this much and then look up that much. He's got arm and shoulder rotation. He's got a 90-degree elbow bend, which they kind of sort of go invert as well, which is a bit odd. He's got a hinge at his wrist and also they rotate. And he's not like the other black figures where his other wrist does exactly the same, where it hinges inwards. Now, the other thing I find a bit odd with this figure as well is that his waist has a movement, but it doesn't do anything. So you can try and turn him, but it feels like I'm going to snap him, and he just literally just goes back, and it just feels really awful. So I just think should have just left that as a full solid unit, because it just doesn't feel like he wants to turn at all. So he's got under his legs, he opens his legs up this much. He's got upper leg rotation, double jointing knee. That doesn't really, because of the sculpt of these trousers, you don't really get the whole usage out of the double knee. And obviously he's got his normal rocker and a pivot on his ankles. So in all, he's not too bad. I wouldn't say he's a Tarkin beater, and I wouldn't say he's an Admiral Thrawn beater as well. If you're looking for just Imperials on the shelf, then I would say definitely grab him if he's going for cheap. If I spent £20 on this figure, I think I'd be a little bit put off by it, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. I would say maybe just give him a miss if you're not a completionist. If you're an Imperial enthusiastic, then yeah, if you're getting him on your shelf as an action figure, his articulation isn't there, and I would rather just spend my money getting a Tarkin or one of the other Imperial guys. So yeah. Alright guys, so that's my review of Krennic. Subscribe. Look at the links below. I've got my Instagram now. Comment away, and I'll see you next time. Bye.